Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We are going to talk about the final Nod commander you unlocked, OXANNA Christos, and she is pretty much the most dominant Nod commander right now, along with Colonel Jackson for the GDI faction, and there's a very good reason behind this. They both have a very spammable, low cooldown, very cheap 30 crystal boost up ability on any unit, empowering their attack speed and their movement speed by a lot for 10 seconds, and that's a long duration in a short game like Rivals. And being able to empower so many different types of units is what makes her very strong. You can turn a 1 versus 2 fight into your favor, or you can use that one unit to hold the ground against different types of units. You can chase down enemy harvesters, you can chase down enemy units very quickly with that insane mobility, insane attack speed boost that you get. You can kill enemy bases really fast with things like the Basilisk, the Giga Cannon, or any other units that you can get OXANNA's ability on, and that's what makes her very strong. Along with Colonel Jackson, their abilities are so flexible right now, and because mobility is key in this game, the faster your unit moves, the bigger advantage you have in this game, because it's all about capturing those launch pads. It's all about killing harvesters and perhaps even base rushing your opponent. Anyways, let's get back to this first game here. So you see that I've dominated my opponent with flame squads, and I decided to start attacking his base, knowing that I've got this first missile. As soon as he flew that Orca Bomber out, I knew I was going to lose that harvester anyways. So I immediately start hitting his base, and I empower actually one of my flame squad on the top. As you guys can see, it's already attacking the base, and I made it do a lot of damage on the opponent base with OXANNA's fanaticism while doing some damage to his shockwaves. Once again, he sends another Orca Bomber, but this time I didn't want to lose my harvesters, so I start spamming attack bikes, as they're very quick and fast. Even though my attack bikes will die, 2 missile or rocket volleys will kill Orca Bombers, and so I keep sending them until those Orca Bombers are gone, because he has Tech Lab units and I don't want him to build those expensive units like the Juggernaut, which can be a huge problem to me. He does clear out my infantry there finally, but I've already done some damage on his base with my flame squads, and also with the help of OXANNA's fanaticism. Now what I do is I send one attack bike down to the south. As you guys can see, I boosted up with OXANNA's fanaticism, and you can see with that attack speed boost, I'm getting 2 rocket volleys on that harvester per move, and you saw how fast I move my attack bikes. Eventually that one attack bike killed that harvester all by itself, normally, which is something I can't do without OXANNA's speed up ability. So you can see how much of a big impact her ability can make. It will allow you to kill harvesters in situations where you can't kill them, and also kill many opponents' units or bases, like I said, in situations where you could have not. Now what I do is I see Orca Bomber once again going to my harvester, so I rush his base with every single unit I got, but he lands a nice ion cannon here, pretty much killing all my units here. I pretty much kill his entire base health here at this point. So what I do is I send out a whole bunch of Banshees, because he doesn't have many anti-air defense. He gets 1 Hammerhead there a little bit too late, and he's not going to stop those 3 Banshees in time anyways. He tries to block me on all tiles with his units. The game ends in my favor there. And you can see that OXANNA's ability definitely gave me a bit of an upper hand here in my fights against them. This will be the second game, guys, and it'll be against my opponent here on the left-hand side, once again playing as GDI, bringing in General Solomon. And he once again has some dangerous units for me in his arsenal. He's got a Kodiak battleship and a disruptor for his Tech Lab units. He actually pitbull rushes me here from the start, which was very interesting. I didn't expect this at all. And I go for a militant, and immediately I start tile blocking this pitbull so I could get my laser squad here on time. One of my biggest problems with OXANNA right now, with my commander specifically, is that it's only at level 5, so my harvester's health is very low, and my opponent's having like level 10 units kills my harvester very fast. As you guys can see, my harvester is pretty much almost dead from this one pitbull, but I managed to defend it nicely with my laser squads. He does not have a harvester, and he rushes me with a jump jet squad at this point, knowing that I got a whole bunch of infantry units, a weakened harvester, and that level 10 jump jet Unfortunately, I knew it was going to kill my Harvester. There was no way I was going to kill it fast enough with one Militant. At this point, what I do is, I have 2 laser squads and an attack bike, so I decide to rush him. I decide to rush that Harvester, and that's exactly what I do, guys. I block his Harvester off, and you know what? I'm going to fight fire with fire. If somebody rushes me like that with it to my Harvester, I might as well take down his Harvester so I deny him some farm at this moment, because I know he's gonna have dangerous units, expensive units that I don't want to see too early on in the game. I go for a Giga Cannon, and I really try to build as many Giga Cannons as I can. Interestingly enough, I boosted up with Colonel Xana's Fanaticism, and it does take out that Jump Jet, even though Jump Jets would normally kill a Giga Cannon on its own, especially that Giga Cannon being 2 levels higher than my Giga Cannon. Yes, once again, the reason why I try to use the Giga Cannon as much as I could was because I had Commander OXANNA. I also didn't have Flame Squads, so I really relied on Giga Cannon and the Colonel OXANNA or Lieutenant OXANNA's Fanaticism combo to do a lot of damage to my opponent's ground units, including infantry. And believe it or not, Giga Cannons will do actually a lot of damage to infantry units over time. And if you boost it up with Colonel or Lieutenant OXANNA's, I keep saying Colonel OXANNA, Lieutenant OXANNA's hero power, units will get shredded really fast by the incredible laser from the Giga Cannon. So the Giga Cannon combo with Commander OXANNA's hero power is really, really good. And you can see I'm using it very effectively. I've taken down his shockwaves, I've taken down his jump jets, I took out another Harvester with my boosted up Giga Cannon here. Even though he got the first missile on me, he kills a lot of my Harvesters as well. We're pretty much doing, you know, sort of a Harvester trade here at this point. I let him kill as many Harvesters as he wants because it's hard to stop those jump jets, especially when I don't have Flame Squads. I mean, I could stop it with Militants, of course, but Militants are fairly fragile, so they die to other units quickly. He goes for a double Harvester at this point because he really wants to go for that Tech Lab. And you can see he's trying to farm these crystals as much as he can because I've been stopping him as best as I can throughout this whole game. He did take out a couple of my Harvesters here as well, though, so he wasn't really behind economically. But you can see I bring one Banshee to the top, boosted up with Commander OXANNA's Fanaticism, and took out that Harvester. Banshee's another really good unit to boost up with Commander OXANNA's ability. And I try to kind of do a base rush here with my Giga Cannons, but then, you know, I realized my Giga Cannons just can't get through his Shockwaves and his Pitbulls here, so I gave up there. And I start to play a bit more defensively once again instead of going too aggressively. I definitely did not have to sacrifice off my Giga Cannons like that. But once again, like I was saying before, guys, the Giga Cannons, in a way, kind of replaced my Flame Squads. Normally, I would bring Flame Squads, but I didn't because if I have mass Giga Cannons, and boosting it with Colonel OXANNA's ability will take down many types of infantry units and vehicle units. And once again, another Harvester goes down very quickly when that Giga Cannon was boosted up with Commander OXANNA's Fanaticism. And at this point, he's got one Kodiak up, but I stopped him very well with him trying to farm those crystals. I did put him a little bit more behind economically than he should have been. And also powering up those Giga Cannons with Commander OXANNA it makes the Giga Cannon very strong, letting you take out ground vehicle, including infantry units, rather quickly, as you guys saw in this clip. And that's why I didn't bring the Flame Squads. I just used my Militants to kind of try to protect my Giga Cannons against his jump jets. But anyways, that's how this game went, guys. Let's move on to the third game. Alright, guys, this will be the third game, and it'll be a mirror matchup, OXANNA versus OXANNA. My opponent will be on the right-hand side. And my commander level being here at 5 does cause me a problem here early on in the game. As you guys will see, my opponent goes for a level 10 attack bike rush, and it was a good choice for him. First of all, I went for a War Factory start, which was a mistake. I should have went for a Laser Squad. And also, he knew that my Harvester was at level 5, so he knew he could take it down very easily. So with a couple attack bikes and me starting off with my War Factory, completely ruined me here, and I give him 300 crystals. So I'm in a very troubled spot, and even though this game isn't completely a loss here yet, it's looking very bad for me. I go for a Hand of Nod because I can't bring out another attack bike. It's not going to do anything against 3 attack bikes. So I just wait until, you know, it looks a little bit more safe for me to get a Harvester out, but even at this point, it's still not that safe. And he's got a Chem Buggy, a direct counter to my missile squads or laser squads. And yeah, it's looking very bad. It's gonna be another dead harvester. That's gonna be 2 dead harvesters, and I'm not getting any economy. He's ramping up an economy. So what does this mean? It probably means that the game is already lost at this point. I still try to play because, you know what, hey, I might still have a chance. That's what I was thinking. I could always try to turn this game around. He goes for a double harvester at this point. And yeah, I am not getting any crystals. My opponent has a huge economy lead. And one unit you notice that he brings from his Temple of Nod is the Basilisk. And the Basilisk, just like the Giga Cannon, is an extremely strong unit to use Commander OXANNA's ability on. You can see that Commander OXANNA boosted Basilisk completely destroys my Harvester. I boost my tank up on the top to see if I could kill a couple Harvesters here and there, so you know that would help me maybe get back into the game. I killed 1 Harvester. I'm still not farming, and I'm trying to capture these missiles, because at this point I realize, hey, you know what, I'm just going to spam a whole bunch of attack bikes, and maybe I get to just capture this missile, and all I have to do is capture a second missile, and I should be good. I could still win the game like that. So that is what I do. I try to capture this first missile here, and I just rush all my attack bikes, laser squads onto the launch pad, and I do capture the first missile here, which was good for me. But once again, that Basilisk is just not dying. They have so much health, and it kills my Harvester so quickly. Once again, boosted up by Commander OXANNA's ability, kills my Harvester a 4th time. I can't touch these crystals. He just got a full control on me, and at this point, I was just economically sabotaged. I was sapped out of my strength, guys. I was getting Basilisk here. I was getting completely obliterated by Basilisks, and now he's got 4 Basilisks, and these things, like the Giga Cannon, are also good against infantry units over time as their laser powers up. So now he's got 4 Basilisks, and I am not having the best time here. All I do is spam laser squads, because what am I gonna do, guys? At this point, it looks pretty much like a game over for me, even though I had a bit of a chance in the beginning. You know, like, he's not even trying to go for that launch pad here. He's just having fun. He's just messing around, and at this point he knows all he's got to do is shove or send all those Basilisks to my base and just laser it, and that's what he does. He starts lasering my base with a single Basilisk. Now it's boosted up by Commander OXANNA, and that laser zaps and saps the health of my base so quickly it goes down there at the end. And there you go, guys. You see the power of Commander OXANNA's fanaticism. When a unit is boosted with that ability, your unit becomes empowered, it becomes very strong, and it becomes very difficult to take care of. Alright, guys, this will be the 4th game that I want to show you with Commander OXANNA, and my opponent will be going for Commander Kane. It's a rare sight to see nowadays. You don't see too many Commander Kanes anymore on the higher ranks, because, you know, his tower got nerfed to heck, and it's just not as good anymore. You know, also there being a lot of air tower and you know, helipad units nowadays dominating the scene, his tower is just not so good. But anyways, my opponent goes for some flame squad and missile squads, and it definitely looks like he's going to try to rush down my Harvester with that laser squad while protecting it against my militants with a flame squad. So good on him. I decide to send an attack bike to his side, and I have to quickly protect my Harvester as best as I can, because once again, my Harvester being at level 5, guys, the health is very, very low, and that level 9 laser squad very quickly downed the health of my buggies here, and my buggies do a great job at scaring away with his flame squads here, killing his laser squad here as well. And I see a Venom coming, and the Venom starts attacking my Harvester. I panic, and I boost my attack bike there with the Commander OXANNA's ability, which was not necessary. I think that was not necessary for me to boost up, because that Venom was going to die anyways with the help of the buggy. He goes for a Giga Cannon here, and I still try to hit his Harvester here at this point. I still want to try to kill the Harvester as much as I can, and that buggy just 3-tiling all my buggies there. As you guys see, that Giga Cannon, this crazy amount of damage, but I get his attack bikes blocked, and he's not moving his Giga Cannon. He won't be able to move that on time anyways to the other launch pad, so I capture a first missile here. And Commander OXANNA's ability is also a really good ability to use on things like the Banshee, and that's what I do here. As you guys can see, Banshees become very fast, and it took down that Harvester very quickly, took out his Banshee as well, as my Banshee got the first fire, even though at half health, boosted up with Commander OXANNA, Banshees become very, very strong and fast, including Scorpion tanks as well. Scorpion tanks are one of those units, when you boost it up with Commander OXANNA, it becomes very strong and mobile. And I would say Scorpion tanks and Banshees are probably my favorite unit, most favorite unit to boost up with Commander OXANNA's ability, as I use them in pretty much most of my games, and they are just the most versatile units to use Commander OXANNA's ability on, as Scorpion tanks have a lot of health, they do an incredible amount of damage to vehicle units, and Harvesters as well, and that's kind of what Banshees do as well, except for Banshees can also attack air units, which is great. So anyways, my Scorpion tank here boosted up, kills that Harvester, kills his attack bike. Once again, I'm almost capturing the missile here, and he just starts spamming all his units onto the top, but I boost another Banshee to the bottom, and it takes out his Banshee much quicker, as his Banshee was not boosted, of course, and it also clears out the Venom very, very quickly. So another great example of how Commander OXANNA's ability can definitely win you games, capture those launch pads quickly, and clear out units on those launch pads, as well as you guys saw my Banshee do there, clearing out his Banshee and the Venom very, very quickly. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about Commander OXANNA. She is very, very strong, very dominant right now, and I would not be surprised to see a nerf on her. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.